Hello. Today I want to talk to you about unreal present future conditional sentences. First of all, let's talk about what I mean by a conditional sentence. A conditional sentence is when we use if, and what we're saying is if this condition, this result. So a lot of times we'll see it as if plus a subject and verb, and then a comma, and then another subject and verb. Sometimes we can move it, and we can move the main clause to the front and put the if clause in the back. For example, it would be subject verb, if, and then subject verb. So this is the unreal, impossible conditional. If I were an animal, I would be a rooster. Now, what makes this unreal? This condition, if I were an animal, it's impossible, it's unreal, and then would be a rooster. None of these things are going to happen. So this is like for imaginary situations. The form of this will be if plus past simple, you can see the past simple there, plus would, and then the base form of the verb, or the V1. You could see here I use the verb be, so would be. I could also do it where I put the would plus V1 part at the beginning of the sentence, then if, and then the past simple. In this sentence, I don't need a comma. In the first sentence here, yes, I need a comma. I would be a rooster if I were an animal. I would be a rooster if I were an animal. In this situation, because the if part comes at the end of the sentence, no comma is necessary. Okay, let's look at some more examples of unreal, impossible conditional sentences. But first, let's talk about a subject and verb agreement issue. Look at this sentence. If it were hotter, I would go to the beach. It's not hotter. It's not going to be hotter. You can see in the picture, it's snowing. So, if it were hotter, normally, if you see it, you would want to put was. But with this unreal, impossible condition, we have a funny rule for subject-verb agreement with the verb be. If plus I, and then here, instead of was, we put were. Also, this works with he, she, or it. If we say, if he were nice, I would blah, blah, blah. So the general rule is when we're doing these unreal, impossible conditionals, and in the condition we use the verb be, we're going to use were and not was. Here's an example. I would buy a big house if I had a lot of money. Do I have a lot of money? No. Will I buy a big house? No. So I can mark that this is unreal by using past tense here and also using would plus the V1. Can you put the verbs in the blanks? If I, Lamborghini car, it and buy an old VW bus. This is my Lamborghini car. Here is the VW bus. In this situation, if I had a Lamborghini car, I would sell it and buy an old VW bus. And here we have eat and feel. Think about eating all that. So, if I ate that giant steak, I would feel sick. So I'm not going to eat that steak. It's too expensive and it's too big. So it's an unreal situation. So I would use if plus the past tense and then would plus the V1. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit about unreal or impossible conditional sentences. Remember, the form is if plus the past simple, and then would, also we can use could, plus the V1. And remember the funny subject and verb agreement deal, where when we're in the if clause, if we use the verb be, we're going to use were, even if it's he, she, it, or I, it's going to be the were form. So, and another thing, we use this when we're talking about present or future unreal conditions. Well, I hope this helps you understand a little bit about this conditional form. And if you'd like to learn about other conditional forms, click on the link for the playlist, and there's some videos about the future conditional and the present conditional and the past conditional. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.